Hello world, on today's delicious steak, two main things. First of all, is there a double standard as to what we as a culture consider to be sexist? And second, are kids these days stupid? So the first video you guys wanted me to talk about this week comes from The Amazing Atheist, and it's called, It's Only Sexist When Men Do It.
There's this show on CBS, it's called The Talk. They were talking about this woman who chopped her husband's penis off and stuffed it in a garbage disposal. Sharon Osbourne saying like,
I mean, I don't know the circumstances, I don't know why he filed for divorce, I don't know what was going on between them. However, I do think it's quite fabulous. I mean...
Why did this woman chop her husband's penis off? Because he asked for a divorce, and these cunts were
Hold on. I understand that part of the Amazing Atheist's whole persona is that he's edgy, and part of that is that he curses a lot, and that's fine. I've got nothing against cursing. I curse in my videos sometimes. But when you're entering a debate or a conversation about sexism and using the word that he used to refer to women, I mean, that's like entering into a debate or a conversation about racism and referring to white people as crackers or any other race of people as any other pejorative term you can think of. So, I mean, he's already lost this initial bit of credibility with me, but anyway.
And these cunts were cackling about it like, imagine if we lived in a world where a bunch of guys were sitting around a table on a TV show, and they were talking about a story where a woman asked for a divorce, so her husband chopped off her clitoris and her tits, threw them in a garbage disposal, and these guys were laughing about it. Where would you imagine that show taking place? Iran, maybe? Either this shouldn't be allowed, or the other should be allowed. But we cannot have this double standard. It's inconsistent and it's wrong.
Was Sharon's comment stupid? Yeah, there obviously wasn't a whole lot of thought that went into it before it came out of her mouth, but I don't think we need to vilify her to the extent that The Amazing Atheist vilifies her here. She's obviously not being serious. This is not some feminist call to arms to chop off the penises of men everywhere. She was making a joke that was designed to be funny through shock value, and it worked. And if there's anyone out there that should be able to understand entertainment through shock value, it's The Amazing Atheist. My issue here is not with The Amazing Atheist bringing up a men's rights issue. I think that there are plenty of perfectly valid men's rights questions to ask. But issues of evolving gender roles in our society and the bigotry that surrounds the evolving gender roles in our society, they cut right to the heart of the human experience. And because of that, they're very emotionally charged. So any serious attempt to pick them apart, figure out how we move forward, it requires a whole hell of a lot more tact than The Amazing Atheist shows in his video. He's taking a really complicated issue and way oversimplifying it to the point where he can just yell about it for the sake of getting lots of views. Next video you want me to talk about is called Kids Can't Answer Basic Questions.
Do you know the capital of Washington State? Seattle.
Hold on a second. That wasn't right. The correct answer is
Olympia,
as the next person so kindly informs the viewer, but that wasn't a bad guess. Let's be honest. How many of you guessed Seattle?
Do you know the Vice President of the United States? Definitely not.
it's somebody. Bin Laden.
She was on the right track. If you cut out the N space law, there you go. As a loyal Obama supporter, I have an obligation to spin this in his favor. See, under the Bush administration, before Obama, the role of the vice president became way too massive. Dick Cheney was vice president. He had more power than any vice president had ever had before. And so Obama wanted to establish that the vice presidency was going back to what it should be. So Joe Biden has very deliberately kept a low profile. And it's working. The fact that kids who were 12 or 13 years old during the last election don't know who Joe Biden is not that big of a deal. I don't in any way, shape, or form see this as an accurate representation of this generation's intelligence. I mean, you can ask the smartest people in the world a whole bunch of questions, and eventually they're gonna get one kind of stupid, one wrong, and you can just edit the video manipulatively to make them look like idiots.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed our programming. Keep in mind, these students were caught off guard and out of the classroom, but they signed a legal document protecting us from any legal action. Also, my mom's a lawyer.
The ending to the video is really weird. I don't quite understand what the purpose is. It's like, I think it gives credence to my idea that he edited it manipulatively to make the kids look like idiots. It's like he's kind of nervous about doing that, so he's trying to intimidate the other kids out of suing him by saying, my mom's a lawyer. Anyway, what do you think of what I think of the videos that you wanted me to think about? Post a comment or a video response. Or castling. Took long enough. Alright, this game is getting really interesting. I say this every time, but I'm serious. You should go vote. You should go vote. Link in the description.
I don't really agree with you that it's sort of like the innovative coffee shop that you're expecting it to be. People are just too different. Let's take religion. So we have one group of people who are like atheists, and then we have the agnostics in the middle, and then on the other side we have people who truly believe in their religion. Atheists are never going to change the Christians to believe in atheism, and the Christians are never going to change the atheists to believe in Christianity, because they believe in these things religiously.